Yu-Gi-Oh players are bored of modern Yu-Gi-Oh. In the past couple of weeks in the OCG and TCG, well, the past couple of months rather, ever since the Tearlament Ishizu deck dropped, everybody has just been doing whatever they want at locals. I'm at locals. I'm seeing people playing everything but modern Yu-Gi-Oh. Tournament time rolls around. We still get our 16 to 20 man people. However, the enthusiasm and the excitement in the room is gone. And I noticed, like, even in the OCG recently, they had a freaking shout out to this YouTuber name. I think his name was Squiddies. He had a video that blew up, and it was about the OCG using a non-ban list tournament, and every card was at 3. And guess what? What's the best deck, guys? Take a wild guess. Freaking Tearlaments. Yeah, that's right. Tearlaments with no ban list and every card at 3 outbeat Exodia. It outbeat freaking Dragon Rulers, Pepe, all that. So I think it's safe to say, even in the OCG, people are tired of how the current form of Yu-Gi-Oh is played. Now, for you guys that are watching in the future, we're in a Tier 0 format, and we've had Tier 0 formats before, but not like this, because at this point, when you really want to play the best of the best, you either play a floodgate deck that counters the best deck or the best deck. That's it. If you want any chance of competing in modern Yu-Gi-Oh, which is why you mainly only see Tearlaments and Fluunderies top, then everybody else sprinkle their rogue decks in like Crystal Bees, Sprite, etc. So I just want to talk about why Yu-Gi-Oh players are bored of the modern format outside of the Tier 0 list. And one of the main reasons is because you people ain't been bored for a while, right? It's Yu-Gi-Oh for the past couple of months, well, years rather, has been break my board or bust. I think ever since 2014, ever since the rise of the pendulum type of decks and those cards that say, and the rise of Omni Negate monsters, like, everything is either break my board or bust. And as a Yu-Gi-Oh player who's been playing forever, I gotta say, formats like this are freaking lame. Like, I don't want to play a deck where if I'm not playing a best deck, or if I'm playing a best deck and I lose a die roll, my opponent goes first and I don't open up any hand traps. I have to hope I top deck Dark Rule No More, Super Poly, or have the perfect hand trap counter hands like an Ash Blossom, followed up with a D Shifter, followed up with a freaking Ghost Bell, in order to stop my opponent from assembling some goofy field. Like, players are just making these easy Omni Negate fields with little to no effort and little to no diversity in their tech choices. Like, another thing I like about the game people are hating is the consistency of these Tier 0 slash top 3 formats. Like, Tier 0 format, like I said, it's been around in the game since the game's inception. However, I think a lot of players have hit their breaking point, which is why at locals I'm seeing people playing things that's not Yu-Gi-Oh! And they go to the big events, but players, if you talk to these players at the events, they'll tell you they're freaking bored. Diversity in the game right now, real talk, is literally just being a floodgate deck. Like me, for example, right? I've been playing Heroes since 2015. And I gotta say, I stopped playing Heroes for Crystal Beach, not because I was, tired of playing Heroes and tired of losing. I got tired of just playing Protect the Dark Law. And even though Crystal Beast is technically kind of the same thing when you factor in the Necro Valley for the Tiller matchup, there's way more interactions you get out of your deck in the form of your Rainbow Bridge of the Heart versus a deck like Heroes, which is very linear. You gotta combo out, hope your opponent doesn't have a Nishizu monster that can activate in your turn and start the milling combos and stuff, and then make Dark Law and hope they can out it. Like, and even when I win that way, it's kind of like not really that interactive. Like, who wants to just win? My monster says you can't use your deck. Attack for game, attack for game. You better hope you draw your Floodgate. You better hope you draw your Geki. You better hope you draw something to stop what I'm doing. Back in the day, Yu-Gi-Oh! Used to be one of those type of card games where it was way more interactive. Hell, back in 2014, I ain't even gotta go that far back in the day. Back in 2014, when the game was kind of sped up a little bit, we had decks like +1 Fire Fist, my very own deck Chain Gadgets, which you guys could check out the retro profile I uploaded a couple of days ago, and many other decks like Mermails and etc. They had their own little effect negation effects as well, but it wasn't so much negate. You better hope you just draw your card that says Super Poly effects or you're gonna lose. It wasn't like that. It was more interactive. Like we had decks like freaking YuGiOhs that was set, draw, search, combos, and OT. We had OTKs, but I would rather play against an OTK format like 2014 YuGiOh format, +1 Fire Fist format, where we can at least have some kind of interaction where cards like Smashing Ground was still relevant. Cards like Trap Hole, 1-for-1 removal was still relevant versus even if you draw a card to try to destroy their monster, negate, play this, negate, play this, negate. Well, I guess I just lose. You had freaking negates. You literally have to play the game hoping your opponent is stupid nowadays because you have to hope they can mess up and negate the wrong card or take the bait, which some players may argue bring a skill. I argue is you got two players who are even intelligence in the game. You're just going to lose out depending on how the player plays the deck better. The mirror match being the only skill is another big argument on why people are bored of modern Yu-Gi-Oh! Mirror matches, okay, like tier limit mirror match, a lot of people like the format because of that. There is skill in it, but is this game Yu-Gi-Oh! Or is this game tier limit the card game? Like, we're gonna play tier limit the card game, you might as well quit playing Yu-Gi-Oh! And play One Piece or Digimon, which is why a lot of people are playing those card games. And even though those card games get punted by Bandai and people go back to Yu-Gi-Oh! And or Magic and Pokemon, the fact still remains, we shouldn't have to effectively change the way we play the game and play one deck to just compete. And I know, card games has always been like this. But once again, there's a big difference between tier 0 and tier 1 type of meta. And honestly, real talk, one of the main reasons why people are bored right now is because the popularity of GOAT, Edison, and soon to be 2014 format. I noticed a lot of people in my area have been talking about playing the 2014 format because of how interactive it was with decks like YuGiOh, +1 Fire Fist, Chain Gadgets even. But prior to that, for the past couple of years, people have been playing GOATs. People have been playing Edison. Edison has been getting a lot more popular in the Yu-Gi-Oh! Community. And I don't think that's good for Konami. That's also the reason why Konami has started doing the whole Time Wizard thing. They try to cater to those crowds. Because even at the high up, they know their game is power crept. I've said this for a long time. Yu-Gi-Oh! Needs block format. We're technically already in some kind of a weird block format. However, knowing that we'll never get that type of format again, or ever rather, it's just kind of safe to say, like, where are we going down the line with this power creep in Yu-Gi-Oh? It's also kind of safe to say, will America always get the same tournaments that Japan got, where Japan got that no ban list, everything at 3 tournament? I think at this point, we might as well have everything at 3. The game's already nutty anyway. Might as well let us play 3 Pot of Greed, 3 Graceful. The best deck is still tier limits. Let's let everybody go crazy. Let's let Magical Scientists, FTKs go crazy. Like, the game is goofy. But at the end of the day, Yu-Gi-Oh! Players are bored of modern Yu-Gi-Oh! And if this trend continues to happen, Konami's going to be a little bit in trouble, man. I mean, they may be making some questionable decisions. And I think, in all honesty, tier limits just need to get the axe. So what did you guys think about this video? Comment section down below. Like the video if you're new here. If you guys want to subscribe for more, subscribe for more. It's your boy Rogue, and I'm signing out. Peace.